I am in shock. The Indiana Fever just beat the Aces. The first win for the Indiana Fever against the Las Vegas Aces since I was 22 years old. Aces MVP to refs, Fever's MVP and Alyssa Smith. You're not wrong.
The Las Vegas Aces, once hailed as the unstoppable dynasty of the WNBA, just suffered a humbling defeat on the biggest stage. A crushing 27-point blowout exposed cracks no one expected to see. Even with Io Wilson seemingly benefiting from favorable calls, it still wasn't enough to change the outcome. Meanwhile, Chelsea Gray, often praised as superior to Caitlin Clark, struggled to make any meaningful impact. As tensions rose and physical play intensified, a team in Indianapolis prepared to deliver a statement, one that would redefine what real, disciplined basketball truly looks like.
Whistle Wilson, my God, you see how many free throws that lady have? Oh my God, on the stat sheet she had basically 30 points, but all the free throws this woman got, man. They tried their best to keep the Aces in the game, man, but it didn't matter. Man. They destroyed the Aces. About freaking time the Fever finally beats the Aces, man. And without Caitlin Clark.
The 81-54 beatdown that the Indiana Fever handed to the Las Vegas Aces wasn't just another mark in the loss column. It was a powerful statement to the entire league. The message was impossible to ignore. No amount of favorable whistles, no surge of brilliance from Io Wilson, and no reputation built on past championships can protect a team when they're outmatched by hunger, discipline, and execution. When a squad shows up committed to playing fundamentally sound, team-first basketball, legacy, and expectations mean nothing. On that night, effort and cohesion spoke louder than star power ever could.
It was a big win for the Fever because the Aces were the only team that they had not won at least one game to last season, meaning the Aces swept the Fever last season. They actually haven't won a game against the Aces in 16 games. And they did it without Caitlin Clark. This team is crazy. They are beating the number one team in the league first. And then they go and beat the Aces, who they haven't won to in 16 games. And they did it without Caitlin Clark, which is just a testament to how this team is finally developing a rhythm.
Now, let's get into that third quarter, because this is where things really heated up. Lexie Hull, who's quietly been doing the dirty work all season for the Indiana Fever, executed a textbook box out on Io Wilson. Perfect positioning, strong base, eyes on the ball. It was basketball 101 done flawlessly. She secured the rebound exactly the way coaches teach from day one. Seal your defender, hold your ground, finish the play. But then came the chaos. Wilson reached over from behind, arms extending across Hull's space in what looked like a classic over-the-back situation. It was the kind of contact that usually draws an immediate whistle. Instead, it became another flashpoint in a game already brimming with tension, adding fuel to the debate about physicality, officiating, and momentum in a matchup that was clearly slipping out of reach.
Times, A'ja Wilson, she got a favorable whistle in the second half, but it is what it is. Superstars get the whistle. Unless your name is, 29 points for A'ja Wilson, 3 boards, 3 personal fouls, 3 turnovers, 9 for 18 from the field goal, from the field, 11 for 13 from the free throw line. Look at the rest of her team. 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 6 points, 0 points, 4 points, 2 points, 3 points. Dana Evans, 1 for 10, Dana Evans. Oh my.
Anyone who's watched basketball for more than 5 minutes knows what that whistle should have been. When a player is in side position, establishes the box out, and secures the rebound, contact from behind is almost always ruled over the back. That's Indiana Fever ball. Simple. Instead, the officials ruled it a jump ball, despite Lexie Hull clearly holding position and absorbing contact from Io Wilson while completing a clean rebound. A jump ball implies equal positioning and simultaneous control, but that's not how the play unfolded. One player did the fundamental work. The other came over the top. Moments like that shift momentum. They don't just affect possession. They spark frustration, ignite debate, and put the spotlight squarely on officiating in high-stakes matchups.
I don't know about frustrations boiling over as more to just like making a point. Well, Caitlin says she got me though, so. One more than that. She just got a bonus.
And by bonus, she was meaning the Commissioner's Cup bonus, which was 49 or $43,000 per player because the prize pool was $500,000. And apparently, Steph White just was pissed about the officiating. I don't know if it was Asia Wilson's whistle or what.
Even the broadcasters sounded stunned in real time. You could hear the hesitation in their voices as they tried to make sense of what had just happened. The contact wasn't subtle. It wasn't borderline. It was clear this wasn't a 50-50 scramble where both players had equal claim to the ball. One player had position, control, and balance. The other initiated contact from behind. Yet somehow, the officials managed to convert what looked like a straightforward foul into a neutral jump ball situation, effectively erasing the advantage earned through solid fundamentals. In a game where momentum was already tilting toward the Indiana Fever, that decision only intensified the scrutiny surrounding how physical plays involving Aya Wilson were being judged. Moments like that don't just frustrate fans. They fuel narratives about consistency, accountability, and whether star power subtly shifts the whistle in high-profile matchups.
Like I said, the referees were starting to get on the side of the Aces. They were trying to wheel the Aces back in, and Lexie stepped in and sort of killed it. Kelsey Mitchell never took her foot off the gas tonight, by the way. This is the best thing I've seen from Stephanie White all season long. Right here, she was aggravated by the refs already, and in the fourth quarter, 5:35 left, Stephanie White lost her shit on the sideline. She lost her shit. And let me just play this right here. Roll it.
Lost that lead late.
And you see her just losing it up here. Losing it. And she got teed up right there. And Caitlin Clark loved it.
If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to subscribe. Now, here's where the story turns beautiful. The Indiana Fever didn't allow questionable officiating to derail their focus. They absorbed the moment, stayed composed, and responded the only way that truly matters, by dominating the game so thoroughly that every controversial whistle became irrelevant. What followed was a statement performance against the Las Vegas Aces that felt less like a win and more like basketball poetry in motion. From the opening tip, Indiana set the tone. They scored the first 6 points of the game and immediately established control. By the end of the first quarter, they led 21-14, and the energy shift was undeniable. The Fever shot an efficient 52.9% from the field in that opening stretch, while holding Las Vegas to just 28.6%, a staggering defensive contrast that signaled trouble for the defending powerhouses. Inside, Indiana made their intentions crystal clear. They attacked the paint early and often, outscoring the Aces down low and asserting physical control. It wasn't flashy, it was disciplined, aggressive, and relentless. From that first quarter alone, you could tell this wasn't going to be Las Vegas night.
On right here, you can see 24 points in the first half for the Aces. I mean, seriously, for the Aces. Points in the paint, 38-20. I mean, it was a dominant win by the Indiana.
In the second quarter, the Indiana Fever didn't just maintain control, they completely seized it. They outscored the Las Vegas Aces 25-10 in a stretch that felt like total domination. Indiana shot an absurd 81.8% from the field in the quarter, executing with surgical precision, while Las Vegas stumbled to just 23.5%. Inside the paint, the Fever were flawless, 6-4-6, while the Aces struggled mightily, converting only 3 of their 13 attempts by halftime. The scoreboard read 46-24, and the game already felt decided. Indiana wasn't just hitting shots. They were dictating pace, winning physical battles, and capitalizing on nearly every defensive breakdown. And yet, even in the middle of that avalanche, there was that earlier controversial sequence, a possession that could have turned into another Fever bucket, another blow to a Las Vegas squad already fighting to stay upright, was neutralized by a jump ball call instead of rewarding earned positioning. The whistle gave the defending champs a small lifeline, a chance to win the tip, a chance, however slim, to halt the bleeding and reclaim momentum. For a brief moment, it seemed like officiating might offer the Aces the break they desperately needed. But Indiana's dominance was too overwhelming for any single call to shift the tide.